Alright, hello, welcome back. I've been trying for the past couple days to get Stalker Gamma working. I tried Stalker Anomaly, I tried Stalker Escape from Pripyat. Gamma wouldn't work in that it crashed 4 times in an hour. I recorded 2 episodes and just full of crashes. I couldn't loot. It literally wouldn't let me loot anything, which is obviously a very important part of that game. So that was a write-off. Anomaly it worked, but I didn't really find myself enjoying it. And then I tried the Escape from Pripyat, which is like Tarkov had a child with Anomaly, and it was good. But like, I spent about 2 or 3 hours playing it and recording, and it didn't go anywhere. Like I felt like at the end of the 3 hours, I hadn't made any progress at all in any meaningful way, like story-wise or anything. So I just sort of said no, thank you. I put out a poll for do I play Stalker 2 next or Escape from Tarkov? Maybe SPT, maybe not. Can't say either way. Got them both ready, and sort of the voting kind of ended up with Stalker 2. So now that Stalker 2 has allowed, the modding kits, we'll give it a shot. We'll play on Stalker difficulty. Okay. That's fine. I have a couple of mods in here, mostly quality of life stuff. I'm sure there's a mod somewhere that allows the achievements to be collected anyway, but I played through the game already, so.
Last question, Dr. Dallin. Are you sure the perimeter surrounding the zone is really enough? If a powerful emission were to occur,
Listen, the zone has remained stable for years. Besides, we didn't establish the most advanced institution in human history without first guaranteeing its safety. As the head of the Scientific Institute for Research of the Chernobyl area, or CIRCA for short, I believe the wonders that we will bring to the world far outweigh the potential risks.
How big are these risks exactly?
The zone reveals a whole new world. We can stick with the old one, fearing change. But tell me, do you want our descendants to remember us as cowards? Or as those who dared to venture forward to a new, better humanity?
I wonder if the subtitles match the Ukrainian voiceover, which is why they're oddly out of sync.
The injured were evacuated. I remind our listeners that a similar incident happened in our region quite recently, ruining homes and livelihoods. City officials urge people to stay calm, assuring them the situation is totally under control.
You alive back there?
I'm okay.
Zone is really raging today. See that? It was a hell of a blast. Can't remember one so fierce.
Are we, close?
Kind of.
I don't remember the intro being this dark, but it's possible they've done some lighting changes.
The central
Maybe one of the
checkpoint
mods
could
is
be on
doing
alert
that.
after the emission, but there's another way in. Crack in the wall to the left of the fault. Bugger off. Hope you didn't lose your secret artifact along the way. If it was outside the zone for too long, it would have lost its anomalous energy. But I've got this shiny metal thing to recharge it. One lucky activation, and we have a gold mine here.
Sector 9, visual detection of the vault. I say again, Sector 9, visual detection of the vault.
Show me what you found. What the hell is this? I've seen artifacts taken from the zone before. They always burn out and fall apart real fast. But this one?
This one is not from the zone.
Oh, I bet. Where'd you find it?
In my laundry basket.
Who do you think you're talking to, huh? You have any idea what this scanner cost me? If it's not an artifact, it's gonna blow us all to hell! I won't let my hard work come to nothing because of you. I won't let you push it down the shit.
This stone owes me a new home. We gotta move.
Kind of nice of them to built-in, backpack straps.
Get to the scientist bunker. Nehoda will explain how to proceed with the scanner. He's waiting for you. Good luck.
It's a really good jump there because he actually got his foot on the wall. Right. So it's not like he didn't try to jump over the wall. He basically like tapped the wall to make sure he had enough forward momentum. It's quite nice. It's like a thing because most games you just try to jump over and that's it. Obviously, it's not ideal. Good. The flashlight mod is working. So you probably can hear. I did move the microphone again. Hopefully, it should be much better. This is also, I changed the recording quality, so it should be at 1440. Hopefully, even if it doesn't want to upload at 1440, if it does at 1080, it'll look better. But obviously, only time will tell. Hopefully this game runs a bit better than it did before. I mean, like, it ran pretty good when I first played way back, but obviously there were performance issues. We'll see. Get up. I do remember that there is a part in this game where it's not really worth looting for some buildings. I know I mentioned that in one of the other videos, which obviously at this point has been removed or deleted. One of the things I do remember is melee weapons feel not that good in this game, because if I go to like hit this, unless they fixed it, they have slightly upgraded the range, because I know before if I tried to hit this barrel it wouldn't connect. I'd have to get like this close to actually connect with the barrel, so clearly they fixed it. You can peek doors as well, which is nice. I like the Borealis, or well, probably the Aurora is the word I'm looking for. Borealis is a very specific location, I believe. Okay. Anomalies are bad for your health. This is very true. Okay. I could read all these notes, but I'm not going to because it's a lot of reading and you probably don't want to hear my voice that much, so... I could potentially have it and then pause it for anyone who wants to read it. Or I could like read it and then put a summary, but I think for the most part it's just sort of background stuff. Basically the IPSF are like a international conglomerate. Or not what's the word I'm looking for? Coalition, there we go. And their whole point is to just, you know, defend the zone and make sure people aren't going in who aren't supposed to go in. And you know, stopping everyone from, whoever's in from leaving, stopping new people from going out. Right? And it just, you know, keep whoever's there, and then that's it. Which obviously makes sense. Right? You don't want too many people going to the zone. Anyone who knows the zone knows what it's about. Good, they kept these? Or no, do I have to change those? Hang on. Okay. So for some bizarre reason, the game has put Z and C as leaning, and I really don't know why. Yeah, it's really weird. And then Q and E are the quick slots, so I have obviously changed it. Because it's just more natural that way. Part of me thinks that it has to do with just the keyboard that gets used.
Stalker 3, we've got a breach at the Dugal. The bunker's off, and now the ground team is on the way. Sal, I still don't have any maps. Stick to the perimeter. Avoid going in. I'll contact the sphere.
Right, because, you know, in the West you use QWERTY, so obviously, you know, Q and E would be associated with that. Okay, good news. Those guys are no longer that much of a sponge. Which one is it? That was not the right one. So the original Stalker trilogy has it so it's F1 through F4 is the buttons for, you know, using your quick bar. In this one, it's press Z or hold Z and press C or hold Z to use it, which is really kind of awkward, quite frankly. So, plus you can also like go in here and use it. Which one is in better condition? 98, 97. So let's... I mean, quite frankly, they're similar enough that it wouldn't matter. Interesting. I pressed the button that changed the fire mode, and then when I pressed it again, it didn't work. I wonder what that's about. So obviously this game has a lot to do with exploration. So exploration is quite a large aspect of this game. Eat the sausage. Your guy does get hungry and thirsty, but quite frankly I find it not fast enough to really mean anything, and you typically end up eating and drinking more for the health and stamina respectively. I mean, you don't get very much of either of them, but you get a bit of both, so put those there. It just makes more sense, quite frankly. Technically, obviously you do go up against the wall and have to deal with that as an issue. But quite honestly, I would prefer the range and like the effective damage over the CQB, because, you know, as long as you're not completely silly, for the most part, it's not a huge difference, right? Like, if you know what you're doing with your rifle, you're not going to really suffer any major penalties. Get some vodka. In real life, okay, in the soccer games and a couple other games, vodka gets rid of radiation. In real life, it does not do that. So please do not take that as, like, you know, virtue. Okay? It is not how it works in real life. So again, please do not do that. This game, I believe, does support HDR, but even though my monitor does support it, I find it just sort of okay and not usually super worth it. So I tend to not have it on. Take all the ammo from it. I mean, I could take the guns as well, because it's quite generous with your carry capacity. And you'll notice that these don't stack, because this is a 91% durability, whereas this is 97. And just sort of existing and moving around the world will slowly reduce your durability.
I don't think it'll be that easy, but I'll figure it out.
If you get caught out during a rainstorm, it'll go slightly faster. If you get caught out in an emission, but not directly outside, it will go down quickly. And the difference being that if you get caught out completely, you just basically, you straight up die. So. I do plan on going for a different ending than I got last time, obviously. But because obviously there's some tips and tricks I know of what is a waste of time, what's worth my time, and little tips and tricks I obviously... Probably not the best way to get down here, absolutely not.
What the fuck happened here?
Like, for example, there's something that'll happen in a little bit that there's a way to cheese it for early game benefit. But ooh, a detector helps you find nearby artifacts. Which, as you can imagine, is quite good.
Well, what is it? Any updates?
The goat is dead. So are the other scientists.
Oh, 72 rounds is not bad.
God, we're screwed. Get out of there immediately.
Am I over
Stop
encumbered?
freaking out.
Or am I heavy? No,
Tell
I'm
me where the data
in the
is
slightly
stored.
heavy, but this is quite
Find his
heavy as
laptop.
well, so.
The coordinates should be in there.
Hang on, let's flip this on first. Alright, which should turn on some lights, which will make it a little easier to see.
Hey, Nagoda. What's up? Have you met Herman's client yet? Tell him a new mission means new coordinates. New coordinates means a new bill.
The goat is dead. I'm Mr. Client.
Oof.
Whoa. That's a hell of a mess you got there, boys. Well, screw that smart-ass bastard. I never liked him anyway. Hold on a sec, Mr. Client. Did Herman at least tell you what to do with the coordinates?
I'll figure it out. One way or another.
Sounds good to me. Well, the teapot's boiling. Over and out, Mr. Client.
Do you have the coordinates? I hope you do. Things are about to get a little more complicated from here.
Good thing it's been a walk in the park until now.
find the detector. This is a mobile lab. The scientists ought to have at least one.
I've already got a detector.
You'll need to acquire an artifact to shield yourself from the scanner's radiation. If you don't, you might end up joining Nagoda.
How?
Find an anomaly. After the emission, it shouldn't be that difficult. Then use the detector's signal to navigate it. If the Stalkers have figured it out, I'm sure you can too. After that, attach the artifact to your belt and go plant the scanner. Just try not to get killed in the anomaly. That would be rather embarrassing.
So there technically is like, you know, best in class weapons, but I do kind of plan on trying a bunch of different things out. Because last time I played with like the AS Val and only ever ended up using the AS Val, and it's good, but obviously it sort of does get a little boring. So the way this particular type of detector works is the faster it beeps, the closer you get to it. There you go. There are other ones which work, quote, slightly better and do different things. Like one will tell you specifically where it is, right? So, as far as I know, there's no night vision in this game. Oh. Well, I know they obviously have modified the mutant health, but it looks like one of the mods also does that as well, which is quite nice. Because I remember when I first played, that was a fight and a half. Like, I got knocked on my ass a couple times. I even went back into the building to get a bit of extra protection. So, because obviously it's easier to fight an invisible enemy when he can only come through one door, right? So. For the most part, this game does reward exploration, but there's not as much unique variance or anything as there are in the other games, which is a little annoying, but I'm sure that should change soon, especially because now that we have the modding capabilities. Also, because there's now no night vision, it makes fighting at night very awkward. Hang on. This one. Or do I just not have them yet? I don't have the nuts or bolts yet, which are like a staple to the Stalker series. A couple other games have them as well, I believe. Energy drinks are almost like required in this game because you have to run around everywhere. Oh, this is the scanner area. I thought it was an anomaly, so I was leaving it alone. Probably get out of there so just kill me. Oh boy.
I'm okay. Is charging always this noisy?
No, but that rock of yours is pretty unusual. Check the scanner quick. Is it charged?
Nope.
Oh. Welcome to Stalker 2. Or it doesn't take much.
I'm okay. Is charging always this noisy?
No, but that rock of yours is pretty unusual. Check the scanner quick. Is it charged?
Nope.
Ugh.
Knew it. I
Wow,
told you
that
to go
was
there.
a very weird dream.
Calm down.
Man,
I've
this
got
guy
some time
is
left.
gonna have horrendous nightmares.
Heading for the next spot.
So let's be a little bit more careful where we put our feet. See, like, I'm firing at people I literally cannot see from over here. Because of just their flashlight isn't as sort of reflective as mine is. And this is with a bright flashlight on, by the way. So imagine what it's like with a dark flashlight where you can't see them. Also, these guys, I don't know if they're doing it now anymore, but they used to throw grenades like crazy. So I believe they were just guys who were chilling over by the fire to the right, like some bandits. Obviously, I got their attention by knocking down the wall. Turn the light off. Does it make it easier to see them? A little bit. Kind of. It makes it harder to see in general, but, you know, obviously you have better sort of night vision-ish without the light, which I think is kind of cool. Like, it makes sense. If I'm holding a flashlight, everything around what I'm illuminating seems much, much darker. Right? And save. We'll just drop a save there. These are in and around this boat, I believe. It's terrifying. You hear all the rounds going past me. There's something over there. Probably not the best decision to be standing on a, like a open stair plate like this. Ouch. I think that's a poltergeist, which is not like is an enemy. It's not just an anomaly. So, but we took out the guys with the guns, which should technically make our jobs a little easier. The thing is, I think when I had first played through this, I didn't realize it was an enemy you could fight. The problem is they can pick things up from all over the place, and they're really annoying to fight, as you can tell. I'm literally getting thrown around because it keeps hitting me with boxes. The knockdown animation is really annoying because it takes your guy 3 million years to stand up. There you go. Okay. That's the way back out. And then I got some armor-piercing rounds and a blue medkit. So as you can tell, totally worth however many, it was like 60 rounds I spent. And how many medkits to get in here? was gonna say I don't hear any music, but then again, because I have quote the streamer mode on, just in case there's copyright music, it's probably playing copyright music, so. So he probably had an MP5. Where it is, I'm not sure. I think I had a sausage. And he also had an MP5. I like how their guns just magically disappeared. Oh, he has some meds. It's like anti-radiation meds. He probably also has... Oh, he has a yellow med kit. Very fancy.
Herman, Solder's premium coordinates smell like a scam.
His coordinates always work like a charm. But the emission could have thrown a wrench in the works.
We'll find out soon.
How is the durability on this thing? Down to 91. The durability in this game is a little wonky.
Skip, are you there? The place is swarming with soldiers. They're gonna shut everything down and then you'll never get out of the zone.
Just one spot left.
Did you hear me? Drop the damn scanner and come back right now.
I've got nowhere to go back to, Herman. Over
Delicious.
and out.
I might have to look into a quick mod to make the durability less horrendous. Because in real life, like I think the game, some guns have like a 200 rounds before they explode. And they start jamming, but in real life they're a lot more insane. Like they will last for, not forever, but they might as well last forever. Especially if you take care of them. So this is kind of what I mean when I say, like, to gamify this a little bit. Because obviously this is the next objective, and I know what it leads to. But if I were to head into here... Okay. I can actually give myself a very early start by chucking everything in here. Okay. So we leave that stuff in here, and you'll see what I mean. Of course, in the next episode.
That, some kind of anomaly. Quiet. I see the scanner. Tracing for anomalous activity in radio signals. Situation unclear. You, inside. You, to the roof. Move out. HQ, move out reporting. Come in, HQ. Damn it. Stalker PDA detected. Someone here! Oh, God. Finish him, and let's make tracks.
Behold, Stalker 2. Also, that's quite the strength. Like, if I hit someone like that with a gun, I don't know if I'd knock them out. Like, they'd definitely be injured. Oof.
What the?
Anomalies, man.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Some fireworks, huh?
Who are you?
I'm your guardian angel. Here's a bolt.
Why the hell would I need a bolt?
Take a look around.
Oh, crap.
Yep. Toss it into the anomaly, then while it resets, run like hell. Got it? Now go.
And I think that's a good place to end here. So if you guys like what you saw, leave a like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, share with all your friends, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.